Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. This is Wind Waker Unflooded, a 3D modeling fan art project where we are reimagining the land of Hyrule in the art style of the Wind Waker. Welcome anyone who's new to the channel. That's the spiel, that's what it's all about. As you know, if you've played the Legend of Zelda the Wind Waker before, you know that all the islands of the Great Sea that you see in the overworld of the game are secretly the tops of the mountaintops of the land of Hyrule, but we never get to fully explore Hyrule in the game. All we see is a small portion of it near the castle. And so this project is all about imagining the complete land of Hyrule, fully realized as you've never seen it before. This is Wind Waker Unflooded. Y'all, it's been so much fun, and I want to go ahead and say, how much, I don't say it enough, how much I really appreciate y'all paying attention to the project and commenting and being engaged and sharing your passion with me, because that makes such a difference, just to know that people care, and maybe that's something that longtime viewers have heard before. And I'm sorry that sometimes I do repeat myself, but if I believe it's worth saying, and I think it's worth hearing if you haven't heard it before, I want you to hear that like this is a It really is a two-way street here. And I'm so passionate about this project, and I hope that shows in how I handle it. But y'all's passion as well really drives me and continues to inspire me. And so, yeah, I just want to go ahead and say, thank y'all for leaving your comments. And I always want to encourage you to comment down below and, let me know your ideas. Let me know your feedback on the project, concerns, criticisms, positive and negative feedback. I really encourage that. And hopefully you have good things to say, but even if you have constructive feedback, I'm all ears. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm not offended. I'd love to have your input on how to improve my content and this project, this 3D modeling project. So I'd love to see your ideas about places that you want to see modeled from other Zelda games, ideas you have to make the world more interesting on its own, any kind of ideas, or, new locations that just kind of makes sense that you're thinking about completely from scratch. And you're like, oh, it kind of makes sense that this would be here. I totally welcome all of those ideas. And I just want to go ahead and say that and get that out of the way, that is very valuable to me. Because that's really, I think, kind of what's most exciting to me about this project in a way, is getting to that stuff is I love recreating these like special monuments and locations that are familiar from other Zelda games. That's really exciting. And I think it makes sense. This is Hyrule, so let's pull from other iterations of Hyrule in order to create a more fully realized world, a more detailed world that's lived in. So let's pull from other games. I think that makes total sense. But something that really excites me is continuing to get into more and more unique locations, and I feel like I've only barely scratched the surface of what's possible with that. You've seen like some original buildings I've done for Hyrule Castle Town, for instance, but I'd love to keep thinking about like how to push the originality of this world. So comment down below if you have any ideas. Yeah, all that out of the way. I think this is a really interesting video. It's not a, this is not some grand location. I say that every now and then in a video I'm working on. I'm straight with y'all that this is not a, I'm not recreating some fan favorite location here. I'm just kind of working on the world, creating riversides, in the land of Hyrule. I'm specifically focusing on the side of the river near Lake Hylia, getting close to the lake itself. There's a pathway that kind of goes from central Hyrule to the lake, traveling south, and this is just kind of the banks of the river following that route. I'm excited with how it turned out. I think it was an interesting project, and I don't know, it's like I'm using a lot of conventions of like world design that I've already been using, and if you've been watching the channel for a while, there's not much new here, but I still think it's nice. It's a nice little area, and it's still something that I wanted to create intentionally. And you may be watching this whole video and you go, yeah, it doesn't really feel like you got a lot done here. This is not some crazy thing, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back there. This is a really simple build, and it's low poly, and it's nothing special. But that doesn't mean the location can't be meaningful, or that it can't be interesting to me, right? So I think something that I do feel, as I was modeling this, was that it was exciting to just think about what would it mean to be on the banks of the river. Let's imagine boat travel a little more, and like it's I don't know, just started to imagine like, this river is now, it's gone from just kind of a blue little pathway, and now there's like, and now it's walkable as well. And, just like thinking about the banks of the river, something as I continue to model it, you'll see that it's also kind of a divider in the biomes of the world. On one side of the river are the grasslands of the Farron region, and the other side is kind of the entrance to the Gerudo region with these desert canyons starting to form. And I think I think that that's kind of cool about this river as well. But maybe we'll get into more of that and more talk about this location and Hyrule in the world of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker after this short message. So stay tuned, and I will talk to all of you again after the break. See you then. If you want to be able to support me as a creator, there's several ways that you can do that. Become a member on Patreon. It gives you access to exclusive bonus features and early access content in all of my filmmaking projects. Stuff like early access to scripts that I'm writing, storyboards, previs, rough cuts, and music that I compose. I'm a composer, and any music that you've heard in the background of this video was my music. So go to Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you listen to music and type in Joe Kendrick. That's JoeKendrick. Look up Joe Kendrick on Spotify. And we're back. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hope you enjoyed that short message. I always have to tell you how you can support me as a creator. It really means a lot when you do. It means so much. And, I don't make any ad revenue on these YouTube videos. I don't monetize this channel. If you saw an ad, it's because YouTube is putting ads on the videos. And I don't think that that's right. But at least for me, I don't monetize anything. I don't think it's right to. But you can support me as a creator, and I do encourage that by becoming a member on Patreon or donating through Ko-fi or listening to my music on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you listen to music. All that is meaningful. And I say that in every video, so I don't want to repeat myself. I'm cognizant of, I know that there's a lot of you. I recognize usernames in the comments, and it means so much that I see these regular viewers, and I try to respond to your comments as well and type out replies. And so I know that a lot of you are watching a lot of videos, and I really appreciate that. And I've said that before on the channel that kind of like something that I've really appreciated kind of as a byproduct of creating this channel and showcasing the progress on this world is that there's now this community that we've created here. We all share a love for The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker and its world, or at least the Legend of Zelda series. I know there's a lot of you that are also creative in your own way. This is a creative project, right? This is a fan project. And I think a lot of people that watch it and gravitate towards it and leave comments and engage with, feedback and leaving your own ideas of the world, y'all are a very creative crowd. And I guess I enjoy that we've been able to create this community, and I want to kind of continue to cultivate it. So I guess let me know if you have any ideas there about, because like I'm mainly just focusing on the modeling project, and I'm doing some other experimental stuff with some kind of special videos and starting the podcast. And to me, like that's really important for engaging with, I hate to use the word fan engagement. That almost seems too corporate, but I guess like that is what I'm talking about, right? Just like engaging with the audience and talking to y'all, because I think this channel is at its best when it's a dialogue. And I know that like in most of my videos, it's like it is just me talking to you in the microphone. That's what I'm doing right now. but like I hope you do feel like there is a dialogue there. I'm asking for your comments, and I try to respond to your comments, and your comments inform the project. And maybe I should do more videos where I'm reading comments. I try to do a video where I am reading comments, at least every now and then, just to, because I do think that face-to-face kind of video is sometimes more meaningful for those kind of comment responses. And to me, I think that's able to capture a lot more nuance than just like typing out a response, and I think that that's worth a while. But I don't know, I guess like I'd love to kind of like keep creating things on this channel and engaging with the community. And it's like this channel isn't monetized, so it's like I don't know, like I feel like it could be cool to, like, I don't think it would be wrong if I did a video like highlighting y'all's creative projects as well, right? So, you know, I don't know, like, let me know if y'all have any ideas there, if they're like writers that I think it'd be cool to like, I don't know, I want to shout out y'all's creative projects. Like, y'all have been there for me, and I really appreciate that y'all have, you know, been paying attention to my projects, and that means a lot that y'all care about this world, you know, and care about like the work that I'm contributing to, like, the Wind Waker's Hyrule. And I want to kind of give back and showcase y'all's work. And so I don't know, like, reach out. Like, if you're a creative person, I'd love to, you know, as I'm doing the podcast, maybe have some guest, you know, guests that I'm interviewing and talk about Zelda, or talk about y'all's projects, talk about creativity, talk about artistry. Those are all things that are important to me. And I think that there's so much, like, I don't know, like, I don't talk about artistry as if I'm, you know, a teacher, but there are things I've learned, and I'd love to kind of talk about things I've learned and learn by talking about it. Like, I don't know, like, I'm young and I have so much more to learn, and I want to really keep that mindset. There's always so much more to learn, but I also want to, like, share the things that I have learned. And I don't know, that's something where we can talk about all those things together. So I don't know, these are ideas I have, and I appreciate the community. So that's all I'm trying to say. And I am trying to expand the channel, so I guess that's also just kind of, you know, the subtext of that conversation there is like, because there will be a point when this project is done, and I want to continue to make things for the Wind Waker Unflooded, or at the very least, like, you know, keep this community, you know, even if it's not on this channel. I don't know, it's just like there will be a day when this project is done, and that's okay. I think that's you know, I think it's good to be able to finish projects, but yeah, I appreciate the audience, and I'd love to, you know, have y'all stick around for the next thing, whatever that is. But we'll talk about that later. You know, I mean, that's just future stuff. This is just me thinking about the future. So anyway, I'm gonna start wrapping up the video. So yeah, I mean, this has been Riversides in Hyrule. I do want to go ahead and shout out. So the ending animation, render. Oh, excuse me. The ending render of this video. Of course, I've been doing like outro renders for like a lot of my videos recently, but I do want to shout out that this ending animation features a Link animation by Zachary Kane. So I just want to go ahead and shout out Zachary. That little animation of Link waving to the camera, I think that's adorable, and I really appreciate that, and I feel very lucky to have more contributors. That's really cool that Zachary was inspired enough to create that, and hopefully I can showcase more work by Zachary Kane in the future. So that was really great to be able to, you know, inject that into these new renders, and I think I want to have Link appearing at the ends of most of my videos now. I think it's great for scale reference. I know y'all have been asking for that, so here you go. Hope you enjoy it, and without further ado, I'll see you in the next video. I'll let you go.